We're happy to have with us today the newly appointed Director General of one of Israel's leading hospitals, Professor Ofer Merin of Jerusalem's Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center. Firstly, Mazal Tov to Professor Merin on his appointment. Professor Merin began this position in March as only the 5th Director General in the hospital's 118-year history, following over 25 years of dedicated service to Shaarei Tzedek. He's regarded as one of Israel's leading experts in trauma medicine and has proudly represented the country as the director of the IDF's field hospitals, leading delegations in the wake of natural disasters in places like Haiti, Japan, the Philippines, and Nepal. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Ofer Merin.
Hi. Thank you for the introduction, and hi. So in my short time, I will try and do some magic and to juggle between the three hats that I have as I was introduced. So yes, first of all, I'm proud to be in this new position in the last 3 months. I'm working for 27 years in Shaarei Tzedek as a cardiac surgeon and leading the trauma unit, and in the last 3 months I'm the Director General of this hospital. And I'm proud to be in this position, really in the one of the hospital that is thriving in the last years, for sure in the last decade. The hospital now is 2 campuses, and I won't go over again all these numbers, but just look a little bit on these numbers. I don't think there's many hospitals in the world that can show these figures of more than doubling its size and the number of patients within a decade. We have a new generation building for pediatrics, and again, I won't go all over these slides, but you can see the MRI machine for the premature babies. There's only 2 machines. This is something that was invented in Israel. Only 2 of them are in the world these days, one in Shaarei Tzedek, the other one in Boston. Robotics is coming into medicine, into the laboratory, into the pharmacy, and in surgery as well. And we're thinking about the future, what is needed, the radiotherapy that you saw that we are building now. And I think that one of the most important challenges that I have these days is to think ahead. As directors, we're all the time busy with the current issues, the new issues that come every day, but we have to think about the future. So we are trying to think what will be the needs of the people in Jerusalem within a decade, in 2 decades. This is how the building is going to look in a bit more than a decade from now on. So we are going to more than double our size. So I'm going to switch hats now quickly. So in the last 15 years, I'm the chief of what is called the IDF Field Hospital. This is a reserve force unit with about 400 soldiers. And this is a unit which is maintained and drilled for any army conflicts, God forbid, within our region. But we had a privilege to give humanitarian assistance to disasters around the world. And I'll show you a short video clip of maybe 20 seconds just to bring you a little bit out of this nice room in the center of New York to how the disaster area looks like. So this is a short video clip from the disaster in Nepal, in Kathmandu.
A powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake has hit Nepal near the capital city of Kathmandu.
Major new aftershock, magnitude 6.7.
So this is how the disaster zone looks after an earthquake, and I've been personally deployed in 6 areas in the last decades around the world. And just a little bit background of what we are speaking around. So there's more and more natural disasters around the world. There are thousands of them, but if we look at the last 2 decades, more than 1.3 people died from these disasters. So the impact obviously is enormous. And I'm standing here and speak on behalf of our unit, but obviously there's so many more units, thousands of units around the world. If I'll just take, for example, after Haiti, more than 400 teams came from 50 different countries. And obviously everyone will say, well, that's great, there's a disaster. Hundreds of teams from around the world are coming to assist. But when the WHO was looking into the work that was done in the field, and asking, are these units working according to any standards? Are they really accountable to the needed? And the understanding that obviously everyone comes with good intention, but this is not enough. And if you don't come with the right standards, you can do harm. And the WHO, a bit less than a decade ago, came up with an idea that may sound obvious, that even in a disaster area, you need to work according to standards. It doesn't mean you can take a backpack and land in a disaster zone and start to treat people. You should have minimal standards in everything that you are doing, from the manpower that you are bringing, the experience, how you document things and so on, and even the logistics. You cannot parachute into a disaster zone and after a day or two say, well, we need some shelters, we need some water. You need to be a self-sufficient unit. You can see on the right-hand side, this is an Israeli invention, a ATV. This small car can purify more than 5,000 gallons of water per day. And we bring this to every mission. It's something that was bought in Israel. This can give purified water for sure for more than a large village. So you need to bring everything with you. So the WHO is saying, we don't need 400 teams in a disaster zone. Maybe we need 40, 50 teams, but these are teams that should be verified. And they level them according to different levels, 1, 2, and 3. And this is where Israel is. Israel was nominated by the WHO as being the first unit achieving what is called a level 3 unit. We are about 2 miles from the United Nations. I don't want to say anything wrong about it, but I guess that the audience agree with me that probably they're not one of the strongest Zionist movements. So the meaning that we are achieving this level is that, yeah, they agreed that we are standing within the highest standards, and this is from the meeting that we received this honor. So what makes us different? Yeah, we have nice tents and nice physical condition, but this is not what makes us so unique. Our ability to adapt to the unique challenges, to understand the complexity of the arena, and I think more than anything else, the values that we bring, because when you come to a disaster zone and there's tens or sometimes hundreds of thousands of patients, which you cannot treat everyone, but still you should treat them with the right values, with the right dignity. I think this is what makes our unit unique. So I'll move to my last and third hat. I'm directing the trauma unit in Shaarei Tzedek, and I'm sorry for some of these pictures, which are not nice ones, but some of the things that we confront as people in the trauma unit is the terror incidents. And I will share with you just one case. This is a video taken at the end of December. A couple is standing in the Ofer junction, and you can see this yellow car driving by and shooting this couple. In a few seconds, you can see the soldiers running and trying to assist this couple. So it's a young couple that was standing in the junction. The wife is 7 months pregnant. They were both injured. 20 minutes later, 7:25 p.m., they both arrived. The wife, the pregnant lady, is in critical condition. She's shot in her lower abdomen. She is rushed to the operating room. Her husband is shot in his legs. The woman is in critical condition. We have to do an emergency C-section to take the baby out. We treat the woman. She received multiple units of blood, and she's stabilized. We bring her to the intensive care unit. By the third day, she regains her conscious. Obviously, the first question that she asks is, well, where's my husband? What happened to him? And what happened to my baby? So at the same time, in the neonatal unit, this premature baby, the youngest victim from a terror incident, was treated over there. He wasn't directly injured, but his mom came in such a severe and critical condition that there was not enough blood flow to his brain. Imaging that we were doing on the third day revealed that he has severe brain injury. And we understand by this point that his chance to survive are zero. And there's a debate. Should we bring this mom that was 3 days in the intensive care after an emergent operation to come and separate from her child? Is it good that she will see him or not? By the end, after many debates, we brought him, and this was obviously one of the more emotional points, to bring this young mom and to see her kid that unfortunately died 3 hours later. I want to share with you this short video clip of Shira Ishran. This is the mom. This is 2 weeks after her injury. as she's discharged from the hospital. So as So you can take these video clips into two ways. You can say, well, that's a mom, a victim of terror that came in critical condition and we saved her. But remember, she's sitting and smiling after she lost her kid. When we're speaking about medicine, we said that as physicians, we have for mission to save life, to alleviate physical and emotional pain, to contribute to research, and to train the next generation. But we have a fifth mission as well, and this is our mission also, to find this hope within sometimes the sea of despair that we can see. You can see on the left-hand side the funeral of this victim, and you can see this disaster picture on the right-hand side coming from Haiti. This is how a disaster zone looks. And sometimes you understand it, well, you can't do everything, but you have to find the point of hope. And I want to end my talk with a short story. This is a picture of a young boy, 8-year-old boy, taken in Poland in 1942. The Germans, quite soon after this picture, entered this village and deported all the Jews from this ghetto to a train going to Auschwitz. The mom of this young boy understood where this train is heading to, so she threw him out of the train. And this young 8-year-old boy navigated his way into the close-by village where he was found by a young Christian lady. And this Christian lady decided to hide him in her house. He was hidden for 18 months. War ended, he came out of his shelter just to realize that his family is gone. I will fast forward 76 years in time after this picture. What you can see here in the picture is a house. This is the house where this young boy was hidden. The lady over there, that's the daughter of the young lady who saved his life. And the person standing next to this daughter, myself, I'm the son of this young boy at that time. So this Christian lady understood that, yes, within the horror of the Holocaust, with the millions of people that were slaughtered over there, you can't save everyone. She saved one person, obviously. For me, I can say it's my world entire. But this is also in medicine. Yes, sometimes we can't save everyone. We could not save the child of this young mom. We cannot save everyone in the disaster zone, but we have to concentrate in life on whatever we can do. So thank you very much for this talk. Thank you.